I'm trying to put together 25 outfits for a project I want to do for December. So this is, I think, outfit 4 so far. Um, I haven't been streaming for a little while because it's been a bit of a busy month. I have uh, in terms of uni, it's just been busier than normal. There's just been, I think, more things going on is not the right term because it's like uni is always pretty busy, but there's been more things going on that were happening at times where I wasn't in control of when it was happening. Because the thing about like working at home and doing a lot of my uni work remotely is that I have the agency to just, whenever I feel like it, kind of manage my days and do things when it makes sense to me. And so there is an element of that whenever there's an event or something that I really want to go to, suddenly I lose that agency because I really need to go to that thing or I really need to engage with that person. And so it has to be a balance between when they're free, when I'm free, or when the event is, or, whatever it is. But that does mean that sometimes things get very busy and it's just not possible to balance everything all together, which, life life is about balance and time and scheduling, and it's not always easy, and sometimes some things just aren't possible, and that's just the way it is. But that's where I have been. I did my very first conference. Actually, it was very, very exciting. I got really great feedback, both like positive comments about my presentation and some really kind of useful tips of how I could have made it better. So it was a really fantastic and useful experience, and I'm really glad that I did it. And I'm hoping there'll be more conferences in the future. But yeah, so that is where I have been. I'm also kind of like rethinking my channel because, as I've discussed before, the CLO elements and the Unreal stuff is very much to do with my uni, and I'm very I'm very much just kind of experimenting and kind of learning what it is that, how I can apply these tools in different ways. And so there is an aspect of that this is more for me than it is content creation, because even like talking to other content creators, I don't really see myself as a content creator in that way, just because of the nature of the way in which I actually create is not. Wait 1 second, I have to work this out. Is not necessarily, I suppose it's not necessarily fan service. Like the gaming stuff I do and like the podcast, that is definitely about like, what do you want to see? What do you want me to do more of? So that's very, very different. But this is kind of more me, kind of like, this is my art, these are the things I'm experimenting with, these are the things I'm trialing out, this is the physics that I'm testing in, whatever way that I'm testing it. And so it's a little bit different, and so it's thinking about how I might want that to change within the coming year or so, or if I do want it to change, like if I just want to continue doing it as it is, and if that's fine for me. But it's that element of it's fine if nothing changes, but it's good to reflect and think about, why am I doing this, what's working, what's not working. I think the weekly is not quite working for me. So I think that might be something I change. I might do like a monthly clo and weekly games, because I play games weekly, whether that's for research purposes or for fun. I prefer when it's for fun, but then it's pretty challenging when you are researching um, anything to do with games or virtual reality or any of those the technology elements of interactivity, to not constantly be thinking that way when you're enjoying a piece of media. It is really well, I find it really challenging, because even if I'm playing something and it has nothing to do with what I'm studying, there will always be a mechanic, a feature, an animation, even like a color scheme that just makes me think, oh, I should write that down for study. And so it's very challenging to step outside of that. So I've got my like hand embroidery that I do, that gives me a chance to completely step outside of everything and just enjoy the methodicalness of, at the moment I'm just doing a simple cross stitch picture, but I'm really enjoying it. It's fun, but I do recognize that it's very hard to switch off when you are doing something technology based, but your hobbies are also technology based. Um, which is why this is focused around just having fun and just creating different um, garments, because as soon as it becomes something that's a service or dictated by others, it stops being just something I'm doing for the fun of it, and it starts becoming like a task. And right now it's like the task is set by me, and that freedom allows me to at any point say, I'm changing the script, I'm going to do this differently, I'm going to do this differently, because I can. And that is kind of nice. It kind of makes it seem more fun, more free, um, less like it requires me to be somebody I'm not, or be a certain person at a certain time. I can just be me in all the iterations of me at any given time. So that's really lovely. And it's such a simple thing to just be able to be yourself and kind of act in that own agency of like, you are you, and this is how you feel, and these are the things that you're interested in. And today is not one of the days where even the things that bring you joy are things that you actually want to engage with, and like that's okay, because we are interesting dichotomies of humans, and we like, there will be days where even the things that you really enjoy will not kind of serve you, and they just won't give you that kind of like wonderful dopamine hit that you're looking for. And I think it's recognizing that and being okay with the, you're human, and not every day will be great, because if we didn't have bad days, we'd have no way to appreciate the good ones, in my mind. But yeah, a long, complicated speech to say that it's been busy. And even the podcast has had like a little bit of a break, because we've both been busy, and it's back, and but we're moving it to monthly instead of weekly, because one of the things we were finding, like I said, it is about our community, and people were saying that they enjoyed the podcast and they like listening to it, but they were finding it challenging to keep up with the weekly podcast, because it was just, because our podcast is about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how long we end up chatting. They were finding it challenging to keep up with the content, because it was just going so quickly. And, you want it to be accessible for the people you're making it for. So we've changed it to monthly instead. Mm. Okay. Actually, I don't want you to be velvet. I want you to be... Let's make you leather. Yeah, because I want you to be I want you to be velvet, and I want you to be red. Okay. I have a great love for the uh, velvet fabric rendering in CLO. It brings me immense joy. The lighting is just beautiful. But I digress. Now, how am I planning to do this is the question. Quickly, I think, because I do want to have, I think, shorter formed content, just because, I don't know. It's nice also for me to look back on these, and I'm finding that actually they are a little bit long. So, and all I'm really showcasing is this is what I'm doing with CLO. Thank you for joining me, and like those sorts of things. So it doesn't need to be as long as I've been previously making it, but I suppose that wasn't intentional or planned. It was more just I get really into it, and then I'm suddenly like, oh, look at the time. Where did all the fun, like the fun just happened, and the time just went. Um, Now, how am I going to do this? I think, there we go. Um, let's make this a color I'm definitely not using. Let's go with lilac and cancel that and go to the copy and then go to lilac. Um, Apply and close and make that just a matte fabric, and let's turn it down to 4. Let's turn it down to 3 actually. Because when I make it completely invisible, I won't be able to select it, and I still want to select it while I'm working on it. I just don't want to, I don't want to see those sections. So there we go. So I want to move this ever so slightly up. There we go. Okay, so now I can continue with what I was doing. So it's from here to here. Actually, no, I need to do this properly. Let's say 30. Press OK. And then here, and make that 30 as well. Lovely. And then I need to do the same thing for this. So it'll be 30 and press OK. And then it will be 30 and press OK. And then I want to add a point. So I put the notch. Because basically what I'm doing is I'm changing the shape. Because I kind of use this in the same way that I would use like if I was pattern cutting, and the only difference that I would have would be I tend to, I'm going to do that one there. I tend to have some bits be rigid, so that gives me the opportunity to, oh wait, I've made that too short, I've just realized. Yeah, maybe that length. Yeah, so I tend to use this in the same way that I would do pattern cutting, the only difference is I might have some fabrics stay just because it helps with the reinforcement. But yeah, it's... Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, no, that's fine. I thought I had a call. But... Alright, so... Okay, that's the shape I want, I'm sure. So now I can... There we go. Okay, I will need to uniform split into 4, I think. And then... Okay. Start there. And that will go there. And that will go there. Okay, so I think if I do these ones first, so cut and sew, and then do these ones, cut and sew. And then I should be able to do all of these. Yep, nice. So if we do you, 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 and that will be... Wait, no, it should have been you, and then you're safe, and then you. Yes, okay. So now I can just duplicate that on the other side. And then I do think I want to copy this fabric and make it slightly darker and pop it there. Nice. And then you're connected to these ones, so let's make those ones nice and dark. for this one, we're just going to have that line. And I think this one should be that's quite annoying. Okay. I wonder why it sewed it to that, but didn't sew it to that. That's interesting. But at least that's easy to solve with some segment sewing. Okay, let me do it from the center, I think. That would be easier. There we go. It didn't do that at the back as well, did it? No, that seems fine. Okay. Okay, now comes the more complicated part. Because actually I want to get rid of, I need to move this out of the way so I know what I'm getting rid of. Because I want to get rid of, I think, everything from there to there. Oh, wrong button. So there to there. Okay. Okay. No. Wait, why am I doing this? I realize I don't have to do it like that. I can do it like this. Which arguably makes more sense. And then I think I can delete that now. Right, so for you, I might need your particle distance to be closer to maybe 6. There we go. Okay. So now what I need is Actually I won't use a rectangle, I'll just use a circle. Why overcomplicate it? And then I can reshape the circle. That's a cool shape. So let's offset as internal line. That'll be okay. And I'm going to copy this, change it to, I think, a type of green, and make it metal. And then let's just convert that to whole because I don't want the center. And then I'm going to put this up. I'm going to put this more up, down to 5, and then I'm going to move it to here. I'm also going to change the I realized I hadn't saved it. I was living dangerously, you know. I think because I wasn't sure whether I would save it, so I wanted to see how I felt about it first, but I'm quite liking it. You know what? Don't do that. Change this instead. No, I want to move the whole thing. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's have a look. Strengthen it and solidify it. Okay, that should be, yeah, okay. Interesting. Let's make that 0, and let's make this 4. Let's freeze that for the moment. Let's put that on 2, 0, and then 6. That might be a bit much. Let's make it 3. Okay, that will do. Then let's put another one there, and then there we go. So let's go to fabric, and I'm going to make that the polystyrene fabric. Put it back to metal, still make it that green color. Okay, and it doesn't make a difference because it's frozen, but if I save, and then just as a test, I'm going to unfreeze it. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna okay, it's definitely still metal. Nice. Okay, so now what I need is lots of strips. So I might just do a square for this one because it's just simpler. Right, don't overcomplicate it. And these will definitely have to be at least 6. And then the additional thickness, I'm going to put it at 1. And then I need, I think, 4 altogether, so just do 3. And then if I take those and I put that over there, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to do wait, are you a symmetrical pattern? Interesting. I didn't realize I'd done that. Let's get rid of that because what you need to be is on this one. So if we do this, and then somewhere around the middle, just a nice line, and then I'm going to do it from here, and then not right to the edge because that's not necessary. Oh, whoops. But you, okay, how many centimeters are you wide? You are 5.4. 5.4. I did that wrong. Okay, so okay, let's just put one there. I don't quite notch. Delete, and then okay, so I need one more. So let's do 10 again. Oh, no, wait, I need to add that and then do 10 again. Right, I'm hoping that that did that on both sides. And then I need to opposite sides. Right, okay. So it's opposite sides to opposite side. So if we put these here, and you should be going, let me just check. Yeah, okay, you're going to the opposite side. That's what I wanted, so that's absolutely fine. I might move you out because I don't want the clipping through the body issue. I may also move these. Interesting. Well, that's what I thought. I assumed I could move them all at once, all together. I don't know why it didn't do that in the first place. There we go. Right, but now the next thing I need to do is slightly more complicated. How am I going to do this? At least they're mirroring each other, so this bit should be fairly easy. Let's put that back to polygon, just because I like to leave it on polygon. Right, so that's you, that's you, that's you, and that's you. And then what I'm going to do is, nope. And I don't think it will let me overlap the sewing lines. Or will it? Yeah, it seems to be okay. Right, so that should... Yeah, this is the only problem I have, is the twisting. Why must we twist? And for some reason you guys are on the inside instead of the outside. Which actually I could solve more easily than doing what I'm doing by just turning off the simulation, selecting the patterns and changing the layer. So if I change it to 2, say yes to, wait, change it to 2, say okay, turn on the simulation, and now you're on the outside. Turn off the simulation and put you back to the way you were before. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want you to be sewn to yourself. And I'm hoping this will do it on both sides, because you should be symmetrically sewing, but I don't know if that counts when you're sewing to yourself. Alright, that might need a little bit of tugging and pulling, but other than that, that should be okay. There we go. Okay, this might need some... Okay, so it's sewed that way, but I didn't want it to sew that way. Okay, I may take these and just freeze them and move them back, and then unfreeze them. Right, now, did that do all of them? Just one U. Okay, that's fine. If I want to reset your 3D arrangement, not of all of you, just you. Reset 3D arrangement. Right, now what happens if I unfreeze you? Okay, that's what happens. That's fine. Wait, are you not solidified? Yeah, you are solidified and strengthened. Yeah, well, you know. I might have to change the actual settings. That's going to become quite annoying quite quickly. All right. Right, so you need to. Oh, this song kind of gives me Sims 3 flashbacks. I like it. So you will need to be. Right, you don't need to be sewn to yourself. That's not necessary for this exercise. You need to be sewn. Actually, I'm not going to sew you there. I'm going to sew you there. And then you're going to be sewn up there. Not on top, but very close to. And then you will go to there, and you're going to go to there, and then you are going to go to there, and you're going to go to, oh gosh, there, methinks. This is not as high as it should be. I think you might need to be strengthened, and you, yeah. It doesn't seem to be having the same effect on the other side, which is interesting, but that's neither here nor there. I'll still strengthen it. Right. Okay, now I'm happy with those. I can also go to here, but you are going to go down to not quite center. Right, and then the other thing I need to do is copy you as an internal line. But before I do that, I'm going to change your layer, and I am going to make you layer 1 and yeah, okay, and I'm going to copy and symmetrically paste with sewing. Yeah, because I need you on the outer side. Like a star. Okay. And then the next thing I need to do is I'm just going to take these because, you know, they work, I'm happy with them, and there's no point in me reinventing the wheel when I know that I like them. So let's move those there, and let's make those slightly shorter. And then how many do I need? I'm going to go with yeah, that should be fine. Oh no, wait, I don't need to make them shorter, they need to be long. I just remembered. But that's no matter, I can just okay, so I'm just going to delete all of those sewing lines, and then I'm going to take all of these ones and delete them. Okay, so I do need you to be, I'm going to do the symmetry afterwards just because I think it will be easier in the long term to do that. So I am going to I think I want to make this no, I want to make it 32. Oh, I saw a shadow, but it was just there on. Okay, right. Lovely. So now I'm going to move these just over here, just while I'm sewing, because it's just going to make it so much easier. So segment, I don't need to do segment sewing, I could just do normal sewing. So you to here, you to the second one, you to there, you to, wait, so that's there, so I need you there, you to there, you to, not that one, but not that one, but that one, you to there. I've now changed the direction of sewing, I need to go back to the one I was using, you to there, you to there, you to there, I should tell you in advance how long this is going to take, but I suppose now it's almost over, so it didn't actually take that long. Right, okay, counted correctly. Can I just select you guys? Yes. Right, now this one is slightly different. I will have to do segment sewing. Or will I? I wonder if I could do it like this. Wait. The reason I'm doing one up and one down is purely so that I know which ones I have and haven't done. And now this one is going to be okay, let's give that a go. that as much. So let's delete those. I might delete that one as well. And I'm going to split this line. Let's make it 5.4 so it's the exact length, and I want 16. Okay, I should be able to move these here because that might make it easier for me to sew. And again, I don't have to use the segment sewing because it should all just fit. But this one has no gaps, unlike the other one, which is why I did the exact amount. I was going to say that didn't seem like it would fit, unless I missed one. I don't think I did. Yeah, no matter. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is, well actually this isn't the last thing I'm going to do, it's the second to last thing. Because the next thing I need to do is move you there, and then I need to and you can't both be on layer 1, so you're going to go on layer 2. And the other thing I need to do is and that needs to go round there. Okay. 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 Okay, let's right, let's reset the 3D arrangement of these to being do I have to do them one at a time? Okay, so if I now delete these, and then I make this, wait, make this 2. Alright, let's what's happened here? that's not the one I saved, but that says the 22nd of the 11th, so it must be. But I'm sure I put that up to 400. Yeah, and I put that down. And I turned that off. What is the point of this if you don't save what I've asked you to? Alright, let's see how it renders up. And then that will be it for this lingerie garment, I think. I'm not sure how I feel about that green, to be honest. Yeah, I think that is it. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next stream.